Welcome to the Dumb Marks Podcast, episode 228. Happy Saturday to everybody. We got the four-man booth here. Gentlemen, how we doing today?
Great.
Good.
Great. I felt that one.
Yeah.
What's
Came home
going
yesterday. It was nice outside. I was like, I'm going to hang outside with the dogs, do a little yard work. But I was like, okay, let me just enjoy the rest of my Friday. Had plans for Saturday, nothing but yard work. Heard the wind blowing last night. There's a sign. 10 minutes before we logged on, step outside, pure snow.
Bro, yard work's not supposed to happen until the end of March. You don't kick
I
off
got
yard
to
work
get
in
my
February.
sister's planting some garden and stuff out of there. So
Yeah, no,
I was no shit to say.
you don't plant
It
this
was
early.
nice. I had plans.
You don't plant this early. You kill everything.
I'm not planting shit. I'm doing that shit in the shed.
Trumping
A
it.
whole lot of removal. Yep. I was like, nope. Snow day. Ain't shit getting done outside or inside. Shut it down.
So, typical Saturday.
Pretty much.
Squeeze is in there. Look, he's already starting with it. We're going to get into this later on, but I may owe some people some things based on my previous bet. I don't. I'm still confident, but man, it's starting to teeter based on what I see. I don't like that. All because of freaking Dwayne coming in, goddamn changing plans for no reason. So
What's it always say? Cards subject to change.
yeah,
It ain't over yet. It ain't over until midnight when we'll know. So,
well, we'll know by like 9 o'clock because it kicks off at 6:30. These early pay-per-views are lovely for the over 40 market because man, it is.
He said lovely.
Joy. 6:30. I'll be done by 9.
Yes.
This is fantastic. Like
on a Saturday.
on a Saturday,
Yeah.
still got time to come home and go out, but that's not happening because I'm old.
Yeah. At least it's not a Sunday. When you go to sleep, you got to wake up for work the next morning.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I know, I got another day off.
But yeah,
But they could hold them on Sunday now for how early they wrap up.
Yeah.
These early PLEs, you could have an hour and a half, after show breakdown because I'm tuning that shit off. But
Yeah.
to make sure we hitting all international markets at a reasonable time, you want to kick off at 6:30, by all means,
Do so.
run that back. Run that back.
Mhm.
I'm waiting for Mania at noon.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for whenever it's like overseas somewhere. So it is at noon mania. Hell yeah, I'm all for that.
If I go all gas, no brakes, I'm taking 10 days off. Okay. I am, I'll load up on the 93 petrol, thinking that I'm 93, but I'm actually at 87, right? Like, nah. I'm gonna run like a high performance machine for about 100 yards, and then after that,
You didn't break it down.
Break
Quick
it down.
breakdown.
break it
All
down.
gas, no brakes until the next day where you all brakes, no gas.
Squeeze, did you recover yet from Rumble?
Yeah.
It's been a month. Have you fully recovered?
Yeah, he's out there. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I need a special occasion to go all gas, no brakes, and I got to set that up in advance. That's
Yes.
not an impromptu.
Yeah, that's
thing
like 6
anymore.
months. For me, it's
Yeah.
6 months advance.
Yeah, I gotta book
I need
that.
to
I gotta
know.
book that out, right?
I got shit to do tomorrow.
Yeah, we're back. We're back to
Good.
score.
Good.
But yeah, an impromptu all gas, no brakes
No.
event.
Mm-mm.
Not happening.
No.
Nah. Like St. Patrick's Day is coming up, and it's like on the weekend before, and I'm like may do one car bomb and sip on some Irish whiskey, but I'm not waking up for kegs and eggs at 6 a.m. at the
I
bar.
don't know. Jason might chug another 40.
Yeah, he might.
All gas, no brakes was reserved for wedding receptions. That's about it. That's it.
Yeah, if you're older, when do you pull the cord on the all gas no brakes? When you like, what's the age where you plateau and say, okay, now it's only reserved for this occasion?
Somebody else's birthday and wedding receptions.
Somebody else's birthday, but it gotta be a special birthday.
You might be able to throw in divorce celebration too.
Well, I mean, this is coming from the guy that's single. The guys on the podcast talking about divorce celebration.
No, wedding reception. That's it for me.
See, like I feel like back in the day, people would gear up for like the work Christmas parties, but you can't be doing that no more at work Christmas parties.
No,
You gotta.
Times have changed. Different
Yeah.
era.
HR's right there with the clipboard. Like, yep, I see that.
They might have went back.
I see that.
New
I
regime.
don't know. My profession, we don't have those types of like Christmas party events to where I have the opportunity to lose my job because I go all gas, no brakes.
It doesn't hurt just the next day. It hurts the day after that too.
Squeeze is out there running like he's a damn Bugatti. Meanwhile, he's a Toyota Corolla at this point. But you can't be out here faking the Bugatti. You a Corolla. Come on now. He gonna be like the old Chevy Impala and Rankin on bricks, talking about I'm out here no gas, all gas no brakes. You're on bricks, Squeeze. Don't lie. They took your rims off and put you on bricks.
After 40, 100%. That is exactly where I'm at.
Spinners.
He's at 500 horsepower, just going 20.
Yeah, those ain't real spinners on your wheels. Those is hubcaps. You got the Walmart trail spinners.
He's like a 92 Denali talking about all gas, no brakes.
All for show. No go.
Yeah. No, I gotta. It gotta be a really special occasion for me to go all gas at this point.
Yeah, understood.
Hey,
I don't know.
Hey, next time you're in town, let me know. And we'll go all gas, no brakes. All right?
He's gonna fly down to Charlotte to party with a nature boy.
And y'all can
Hell,
tag
you want to
me
make
that.
it a special occasion? I'll drive out to you. I'll make the trip to Ohio. I'll cross the border. I'll come see you. We go all gas, no brakes.
Go to the flats up in Cleveland.
There's a hangover movie waiting to happen.
Oh, man, listen. So, some of the nights me and Squeeze have had already are hangover-esque already. And those were back when we were like 14. You're talking 20 years of all gas, no brakes nights lined up.
Oh man.
All right, Captain or Captain.
All right,
What you got in store for us today?
instead of doing like a regular topic, we're gonna start off with a game since we got predictions.
Oh, this guy's jumping in here. Why would you throw this dumbass list up?
So Sports Illustrated gave this list on Thursday. The top 10 greatest women's wrestlers of all time. Got 10 Alundra Blaze, 9 Bianca, 8 Asuka, 7 Chyna, 6 Bailey, 5 Sasha, 4 Lita, 3 Trish, 2 Charlotte, and number 1, the band Becky Lynch.
And who did this? Sports Illustrated?
Sports Illustrated. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been in the wrestling business for 6 months, and they're throwing out here all-time WWE lists.
Becky's not one.
No, of course not.
Number 2 is number 1 for you.
Might be. Might be.
Now, when we go on the list, what's the criteria here? Do we have the criteria for this list?
I don't think there was criteria for the list.
Because, like, if
How many
you
people
know,
are active? That tells you right there that they don't watch wrestling.
I mean, you don't have Beth Phoenix isn't on this list.
That's who I thought. I thought
You don't
Nikki.
have from
Gail
a wrestling
Kim.
standpoint, you don't have Molly Holly, you don't have Gail Kim on this list
No.
in ring wise.
Jacqueline.
Like,
Victoria.
Victoria's a good one. Yeah,
Like,
Nikki
what
was
are
the first one that I thought was Ohio Mission.
I mean, if you're going to put Alundra Blaze on there for the couple cups of coffee she had with the WWE, like, where's Bull Nakano at?
Yeah.
You want to talk about all-time greats, and she's not even on this list, but she was in WWE for a while. Like,
You wouldn't have Alundra without Bull. Just like there was no Gail Kim and TNA without Awesome Kong.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Mickie
yeah,
James,
this list is invalid. Really, really invalid.
Like if we're going off in ring, I'm going the 4 Horsewomen and Bianca is my top 5.
You don't got Rhea Ripley on here?
Damn, she's not on there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like,
You can see it in ring with the 4 Horsewomen. Where's Asuka? I mean, I know she's 8, but Asuka got to be up there at the top.
She's up there too.
Or
What about Tony?
WWE.
I mean, Tony did good in WWE. But...
She did.
Yeah, I'm not debating this.
There is no debate. This is
Charlotte is one though, but
had to get that in.
Definitely squeeze. I think they're definitely going off the popularity in there more so than anything, like what the name value is.
Then you should still have Rhea on this list.
Yeah,
bro, this list is like the fans voting for All Star. Like, you got people that ain't played a down or dribbled a ball, but yet they're leading the All Star voting. Like, what are we doing?
Injured the whole season, but still an All Star team.
Yeah. This is like Kyrie at Duke, playing 4 games and being first team All American. Like, what are we doing? Like.
Damn, Ty.
That's cold blooded, Taquan. Yeah, all right. I'm not. We're over this. There's no point talking about this.
All right, we'll get into the good shit first. Steve, who's your Mount Rushmore for the week?
Oh boy! I had a lot actually. Again, a lot of pockets across the board from multiple companies for Mount Rushmore this week, but I think I'm going to go after a long debate and a coin flip this morning before we logged on. I'm going to go with the women's tag match on Raw.
Okay.
Those 4 ladies showed up, showed out. They had time. I enjoyed everything about it. Do I necessarily agree with the title change on Raw? Somewhat of a lackluster build to get to that point. No, but all rumor and innuendo pointing to Liv and Raquel getting a push. So at some point, we got to drop the belts here. And it frees up a certain somebody to win the chamber later on, which we can get into prediction wise. So, yeah, but give me the women's tag match on Raw for me. With the triple threat of Penta, Kaiser, and Pete Dunne second.
That was mine for the week. So yeah, that was a good match. I'm surprised that I enjoyed it as much. I mean, 3 talented guys, so no shock there. But
yeah,
so we'll get into what your prediction is later on. But I mean, as soon as the title change happened, the first thing I thought was like, well, this clears Jade to come back now for that story, since they've been refocusing on that again.
Then it also breaks Bianca out. So she's not hampered to being in the tag division. So
yeah, a lot of people were calling for Naomi and Bianca to turn heel. Bianca came out in an interview this week and said she doesn't want to turn heel. I don't know how truthful that is. I feel like everybody's out here trying to do it work nowadays.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll see. But this, if you're running Rhea and Io tonight, not that you're giving away Mania, but you now have the road laid out for the dream match that everybody wants, as far as Rhea and Bianca. So
the subtle changes in Bianca, I see. It feels like a heel change is coming. You got the gold, you got the dark hair, playing more to the attitude, heelish in ring,
playing off of her husband, huh?
Hey, let it go.
I'm all for it if they do it. I mean, I like DST as a heel in NXT.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but like I said, there was a lot across the board that I enjoyed. I like the 6-man in TNA. Oba and Moose, their interactions again, continuing on. NXT had some bright spots for me as well. So yeah, but the women's tag match for me stood out, and there wasn't anything that completely blew my mind to where I had to knock them off the perch after Monday night ended. So Jesus. Oh my God, Taekwon.
Going for it today.
Give me a second.
He said the month is over, but I'm still coming with everything.
Jason, what was your Mount Rushmore for the week?
It was the women's tag, because that was like legit, like the best for me this week. But I'll give it to NXT as a whole in ring, like the whole show match wise, solid straight through.
We'll get into that later.
Donald has some thoughts.
I mean, in ring.
Okay.
Match wise,
okay.
There's some jabronis in there. In ring wrestling.
Yes.
wise,
Okay.
it was a
Yes.
solid
Yes.
show.
I'll
It
give
was a
you
solid
in ring.
show.
Yeah. Had to rethink that, but yeah.
All right, Donald.
For me, it was from an entertainment suit, and it caught me yesterday whenever CM Punk said, "Yeah, John Cena's not going to be here," and his music hits. It popped me. I was like, "Man, Cena is coming out for this." And when Logan Paul came out, I was like, "You silly motherfuckers caught me." Caught me with the wool over the eyes and everything. I was so pissed, man. I was screaming with the fans too. It was, fuck you, Logan. But yeah, I admit I popped for Cena for that moment, and then when Logan came out, I was like, "God damn it!"
Fell for it.
But that segment was fucking terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I would just say that spot. I wouldn't say the whole
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, just that spot. It caught me. It really did.
Like I said, mine was the triple threat. I mean, good match on Monday night. Overall, I think, Steve, you hit the two. Triple threat and the women's tag. I think those were the highlights overall on Monday night.
Yeah, well, those two, and then the Cody Seth segment, for me, was good because, say what you will about Seth, but sometimes the trash that happens on SmackDown, Seth will come in on Monday night and steer the ship and get it in the right direction. So you had the Rock segment and everything else, and it's like, what are we doing here? We booked that last week out, Chris, while you were out. Turn your mush into a 20-minute book it session.
That wasn't my mush. SmackDown overall was my mush last week.
But no, leave it to Seth to come on Monday night and get it going in a direction that is just not completely off the rails. What are we doing story wise? So,
even though
I thought they both.
Go ahead, see.
No, I was just gonna say I thought they both hit their points and made their marks. But those three things were the highlights of the show on Monday for me.
Everybody talked bad about the Rock segment last week, but that was the only thing everybody talked about the whole week.
That's just because that's all WWE talked about. Every single show, commercial, everything.
Man, at work, everybody would just say, "What you think of the Rock segment? What you think of this? Is this going to happen? Is that going to happen?" I'm like, man, for how bad of a segment it is, boy, everybody got their own booking. What's going to happen?
Because it's The Rock. Everybody talks about him. That's why he wants Cody's soul, so you can give him those followers.
We'll get into that with predictions.
Yeah. All right, Steve, what was your wish for the week?
It was going to be the first 6 minutes of Dynamite. Just the amount of shit that they threw in the 6 minutes of television. It was going to be the old regime segment that got booked last night with every single man out there throwing gripes and bitching and bows and arrows of you don't do this, and I'm gonna do that, and I absolutely hated that segment.
It was filler for a 3-hour show. That's all.
I know. I get the filler, and I get why they did it, but it's just like,
But it was bad.
No, I'm not saying that that should be justified. It's just this is why you don't have a 3-hour SmackDown.
Yeah.
But also, like, can't we move on past that type of that type of booking segments? Like, you know, if Road Dogg's going to be one of the co-head writers on SmackDown now, like that's a definitive. Oh, let's just do a Vince promo segment here to promote this match. Like that's exactly what it was.
Don't book it like Vince. Book it the way you want to book it.
Once in the blue moon, but you do it every Elimination Chamber, every Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just
yes, they did.
So, I mean, that was going to be it. But I think the number one thing overall was AEW botching production again and flipping the camera to Christopher Daniels as he's blading, laying on the ground and dropping the blade directly next to him. It's 2025.
Didn't see it.
Why are we blading in 2025 for the first thing? And the second thing, how do you not know when to cut the damn camera? So not only did you catch him blading and the blade getting dropped right next to him and him laying there blading and everything else, it took 17 minutes for somebody in the back to go check on Christopher Daniels. And nobody ran to check on him until Hangman walked his happy cowboy ass out of the ring in the backstage, maneuvered around the hallways, stopped and got a coffee, ate a muffin and catering, and then somebody checked on Christopher Daniels.
I didn't see it until Squeeze sent it to me.
Squeeze,
I mean, there's nobody to go, and now there's nobody to in the earpiece like Q.
Yeah,
exactly.
Between that and MJF getting his quote unquote tattoo lasered off.
Oh, that was awful.
I'm not even going to start into that. But yeah, come on, man. You can't like we bitch at WWE for this over the top pulling the curtain back that they're doing now with programming and talking and everything else. And you know, but that was just god awful, terrible that you're showing that on live TV. What are we doing? I don't even have the words to talk about it. You know, that was it. The only other thing that was in comparison to that being that bad was The Rock tweeting out, "I can't wait to play this great character, the final boss, and take you on this ride." Like, what are we doing?
With the way, that's the way.
I say, kayfabe is dead era. That's what it is. Him and Triple H are just completely opening everything up. You know, just not hiding shit at all.
You're not that great of an actor for me to tell me that you're going to play this character and get me to come in and buy it. I've seen Black Adam. I've seen some of your other films. Okay, you're not Pacino and De Niro in the Heat lunch scene across from each other in the table talking about I want your soul. Well, if you see me around the corner, will you drop it in 5 seconds and leave everything that you got when you feel the heat coming down? No, I don't care. Stop telling me that you're playing a character.
Do you think he's showing this shit to Scorsese? Like, is that would not make him book him?
He's going to be the number one.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, in the Scorsese Hawaiian Mafia movie that should be a mush in and of itself. That Scorsese is directing the Hawaiian Boss Mafia movie.
He just saw the final boss character like, I could do something with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, the blade job saw around the world is my mush of the week.
Jason, what do you got?
Dawn, I'll let you take the NXT. I'm gonna go with the Rock segment. It was brutal, man. This dude, I don't know. Give him a script or something, because it's not working for me. He's out there talking like a circle orange man in circles, just spewing nonsense, and it's just repeating himself a million times. Come on, Rock, you're better than this. You know the game. Give me better.
Yeah. That's what I thought last night too. It's just like it's a pre-taped segment, and it's just like we're kept going round and around. Editing.
We'll book it. Book it again.
No, there needs to be better for it.
Yeah.
It's all right, DJ. How you doing, man?
Oh, fuck that. Set the alarm early.
Might have to. You might be on the pod next week.
Yeah, maybe give it out TV time. I might be booking a 2-minute segment for DJ next week, giving him his bullet point scripts. Yeah, we'll get into that, but so we got the blade job her around the world, Rocky's Hamlet soliloquy that went on too long again. Sure, Donald got something from NXT that he's going to bring and bury the hammer on.
Two things. 1B, Trick can't act. I'm sorry. That stuff backstage with him and Javon. It was like, look at me. Like I'm gonna get everything I want. I want you to, bet.
Stay in your lane.
Man.
Stay in your lane.
Just, I had it enough with Trick. He could be featured endeavor for me. Like he's about to be on Rich Holland status with me like, very, very soon.
Let's run back Carmelo's promo and just give it to Trick.
Exactly.
Let's see.
And then,
they literally, I saw clips of that this week with Mello and Trick in the ring, and Mello telling Trick to stay in your lane, and then they. Yeah, DJ, that was my mush of the week. I already talked about that.
Straight to Tubi.
But
He'll
then
be on Evolve on Wednesday night.
But then my main one, I know the reason why they did it because they have a partnership with TNA, but I did not need the Hardy Boys there. I did not need them there. I did not need quote unquote legends coming back and getting over on younger talent. We don't need that. And if all the rumors are true, through the dirt sheets and everything, they're supposed to beat Axiom and be tag champs because Axiom is going to move up to the main roster after Mania. So they're going to be TNA tag champs and NXT tag champs. I don't need the Hardy Boys on NXT.
They got merch on the shop already.
At all. I do not need
that. That was launched on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I do not need the Hardy Boys. They started to get me back into my anti-legend mode here. It was like, what are we doing? This is developmental. This ain't just to get your rocks off and check off another box for titles. Not here for it.
But the match is for the TNA titles, right? It's not for the NXT, or is it for both?
It's for the TNA titles.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So hopefully they don't run it back and do it for the NXT, or add that as a stipulation.
That's for the TNA titles. Oba and Moose is for the NXT title, and then Julia and Stephanie are title for title,
which I don't get.
Allegedly Julia's hurt.
Yeah,
and needs time off. So,
and that right there is my mush for the week. It's like we're pulling an AEW here in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
We have
wait,
hold on.
Mush if she's hurt.
No, I'm talking about the whole show, not just that match. We got 3 matches that you could do for Stand and Deliver, which are like 2 weeks later.
Mm-hmm.
And why are we doing a big? I get you're going to Madison Square Garden, but you're pulling an AEW here whenever you have weeks before a pay-per-view and having a big event on TV. Like, build it to the pay-per-view, not build it to a TV show. Mm. Again, we call it for AEW, we got to call it for NXT.
I agree with you there.
But I thought the New York show was Stand and Deliver.
Nope.
No.
That's Roadblock.
Yeah.
They created it just because. We're just creating a TV show just to have something before an event.
Yeah.
And that's the match you want on Stand and Deliver.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, especially with those two.
Yeah.
But you don't know how long, Julia's hurt, like how bad she's hurt.
Allegedly, if she is. And that's the reason why they're running it. Allegedly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then we've been talking about how we want to see an NXT TNA crossover event. Like that would
maybe you do that at Stand and Deliver.
So we'll get, they might. We'll see what they do, but it's like we're giving the matches on TV now.
And I'm not big on the 2 belts holding up 2 divisions. I can see if you're linear across two main event titles, two mid card titles. Don't hold the main title and
Well, hopefully, if Stephanie does win, she, vacates the North American title.
hopefully they do that.
Instead of defending them both, because that would be a lot.
Especially when your women's division is stacked.
Yep.
And if you win for the North American, why wouldn't you just have it for the main title then?
Ask Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior that when they did it for WrestleMania 6.
Ultimate challenge.
But to your argument, Warrior had to vacate the title.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
And then I hope with this agreement too between TNA and NXT that something changes hands.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't have them fighting for a title and nobody changes hands. Then what's the point? I mean, except putting them on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it will change hands. The Hardys are going to win the tag team titles. You get your wish. You can't be mad at the Legends whenever they win the belt.
You're not establishing nobody. What I also hated was Roxanne running down TNA roster, women's roster. This is partnership. She buried them. I'm like, they're not on TV. They're not slouches.
Yeah. Especially whenever their women's division can be put up there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anything else from wishes of the week?
Not nothing that got to get me on my soapbox that I normally get in here on. But like I said, the AEW, man, this is
the Death Riders being taken out.
I actually look for how shitty of an angle that the Death Riders has been on, and I guess it got derailed because Shane McMahon wanted 100% equity in AEW, so they couldn't run the story that originally was going to be told. But at least they're doing something now. You may not like it, but at least it has a direction and they're doing something now. It's like, just the way that they, like, that first 6 minutes, like, I literally paused the TV because I started AEW late on Wednesday. It was probably like 30, 35 minutes late.
Just to fast forward through the bullshit.
And I'm just like I paused. You would have thought 20 minutes went by and I paused the button. It was like 4 minutes and 57 seconds. And I'm like, why are we jamming all this shit in the first 5 minutes of the show? Like, and then on top of that, like, if you just want to,
you mean 1883?
But if you want to be a big man in pro wrestling and look like a stooge, go join AEW. Because the way they made Brian Cage and Lance Archer look like complete bumbling, stumbling idiots on Wednesday night.
The Murder Machine.
Change that name.
Yes, they do.
Oh, let's play the Heart Syndicate's music and have a roll-up happen. Are you kidding me?
That's Vince Booking 101.
Is Shane back there?
He might be.
That's what you decided to do?
You mean Vince Russo? You talking about ending promotion?
That's who was booking the good old attention span wrestling.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. And and I'm gonna throw this out there now, but Mariah and Tony Storm need the main event revolution. It's the best story in AEW.
Yep.
Yes,
It is.
It is. There's nothing else that grabs the attention.
Swerve and Ricochet are there for me now after Wednesday. Like, give me the rematch. I'm all for it. But, like, if Tony and Mariah are not main event, and I know they're not, it's going to be Moxley and Cope because it's Moxley and Cope.
Yeah.
But Tony and Mariah deserve to get a proper main event, not that bullshit TV Grand Slam main event you gave them. It's because you're in Australia.
Don't worry, it'll be co-main event.
There's like 5 main events happening that night.
Let them go on first so they
WrestleMania.
can take their time with it. DJ, that was Donald.
I turned it off before Paul even came out. Turned the segment off. I flipped to the NFL Combine.
Oh, yeah, it was a terrible segment. I don't blame you.
I was like, I would rather watch people run a 40-yard dash and spin around the cones than watch this segment on SmackDown right now.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So what you're saying you want back is the original format of NXT on WWE programming, where they do the same shit.
Yeah, the NXT Combine was way more interesting than that 5-man bitch fest that we had last night.
Oh, it was terrible. What are you gonna do? Cry on the internet like you always do? I was like, come on, man.
CM Punk saying Seth Rollins was dressed like an oven mitt popped me though. That was pretty funny.
I cooked you January 6th. I'm gonna cook you in the chamber. Yep.
Yeah. All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Had to get that January 6th out of there, right?
Always. Always.
Couldn't say Netflix debut. Nah, you got to be January 6th.
Dates ingrained in there.
You just play who's running the show.
I mean, I almost turned SmackDown off in the beginning when Trish came out.
That really wasn't much anything either.
So,
I mean, Trish has never been known for her promo skills.
No.
heel
Whenever
Trish.
And
Heel
when
Trish.
everybody was in the ring fighting each other, man, there was too much black on blue there. Like way too much. Nia had black and blue on, Candice had black and blue on, Trish had black and blue on. It was like everything was just blended into the ring.
Which is blue.
Yeah.
Look, man, I hope coming out of the chamber, we actually get the true road to WrestleMania beginning. Because I talked about this last week that them bumping back Mania has just completely stalled out.
It's been a bumpy ride so far.
Yeah.
And we still have 7-8 weeks to go. Like you're a lot of your card is already set. Like, how much more can you do to get me invested in the matches? There's a couple that are out there up in the air, but
it is. It's too long of a road.
We'll have another U.S. title contender match before then.
look, you want to talk about filling up 3 hours? I thought the way they did that last night was actually kind of a creative way to do it. I hated it, but at least it filled up time. Like you got 4 matches out of that single tournament, quote unquote.
But tell me on the road to WrestleMania, you don't have anything for that show.
Yeah,
For
like,
the title.
If you won on Chamber, you pretty much that was like your show. You had everybody else.
Like the pre-show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, DJ, we're still gonna do them.
Sounds like a perfect time to get into it. We got 4 matches for the Elimination Chamber for some predictions. We'll kick things off with the match that we were just talking about. We got Tiffy Time and Trish Stratus versus Nia and Candice.
Where do you slot this?
First. Get it out of the way.
No, I think they'll probably do the one chamber first.
One chamber first. Yeah.
And then
like, this is solely for Trish getting her 25-year mark in Toronto. And I get it, right? But if we're doing Tiffany and Charlotte at Mania, like, just continuously rolling Nia Jax and Candice LeRae out there to interact with Tiffany every single week does nothing. Like, so, I mean, Trish and Tiffy are obviously going to win. This is a no-brainer here.
Put them for the
if this was on FanDuel, this would have like minus 15,000 odds for Nia and Candice to win. Like,
Taquan said the second match of the night.
don't throw this after a chamber match. You got to do this before.
Yeah, before.
Then you do the unsanctioned, and then give that before the chamber.
Sanctioned match in middle of the middle of a show.
I mean, you still got to throw the Rock in there somewhere, but
He might end the night.
Yeah, that's the main event. What are you talking about? Cody's answer is going to be the main event.
Yeah.
The Rock, you see that? You see that?
This is why he has the watch, so he can tell the time. Right now, it's time.
Look, you want to hear him chant "This is bullshit" again? Put that in the main event.
You're better off. Rock might start it, and then he's gonna end it.
Look at this. Look at another snow bunny in the comments. Look at this guy. That's Jason and Squeeze's tag team name, the Snow Bunnies.
And they act like the Outrunners.
They're going to come out like the Mexicals, only they're going to be pushing snow blowers. Nobody cares about that match.
Everybody got Tiffy and Trish?
Of course.
Yeah.
All right. Move into the unsanctioned match. Sammy versus KO.
Kevin Owens, again, continuing to be, top tier. Him already at the Rogers Center, just soaking it all in the empty arena last night. Like, I said this a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to say it again. I would book this match to where there's no finish and neither man can get up. And you would just cart both men out in an ambulance.
And run it back at Mania.
Because
that's what we're going to do.
I wouldn't mind that.
I wouldn't mind that. I just hope that this isn't, we're giving it to you now and then them not be on Mania.
I hope this is getting to the end for the rivalry because it's gone on extremely too long.
Dude, they've had this rivalry for 22 years. This is never going to end.
It started to tip on like Cena and Randy Orton. It was like, hey, we got nothing for KO to do. Hey, Sammy got nothing to do. Let's put them together. Good old Daniel
Forever. That's how long it's going on for.
Good old Daniel Bryan and Sheamus. We're going to have you guys 3 years in a row at WrestleMania. It's like, come on, man. There's other
so
that they haven't touched yet.
I got no winner in both men being stretched out.
Give me KO. He doesn't need to win, but give me KO.
It's an unsanctioned match, so it don't count. So it's a push.
With it being unsanctioned, and DJ's comment, this is a perfect time for a certain superstar to come back who was taken out by Kevin Owens. Even though Sammy took the same pile driver and was on TV the following week. I don't know. Maybe growing up in Canada gave him, better bone density than Randy Orton. I don't know, but
KO should win, but everything that they do just tells me Sammy's winning this. I like your booking. Like, I agree. It should be a Mania match, so I hope that's what we get. All right, moving on to the women's chamber. Who we got?
Bianca and Naomi dropping the belts on Monday again, to me, just completely foreshadowed Bianca winning the chamber and facing Rhea at Mania. So from a thinking with my head aspect, Bianca, if I'm going with my heart, give me Alexa Bliss. She did one thing.
Match.
She did one thing last night, and I was like, yeah, I want Alexa. So, but I will put all the money on Bianca and getting Bianca and Rhea at Mania, which to me, I don't think they should run this Mania because they don't have the chance to main event. And those two women should be in a main event slot if you're going to do that type of match.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I see it going, but I kind of don't want it because you still have Jade in the picture. Like, I have Bianca winning, but if they main event, I don't want it to be like, I want it to be like a straight up and up match between her and Rhea. Not no storyline playing in with Jade. Like say Jade comes in and costs her a match. So yeah, I don't know. But I have Bianca winning.
I have Bianca winning. And I have Roxanne there at the end with her.
Talk about somebody putting on a hell of a month.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you want to continue shocking off from the Rumble, have Roxanne win this.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
That's my pick for it. Just something different. And then she doesn't win a Mania, and then that's her. That continues to build her to earn it again. So, because I think Bianca and Jade have to have the match or something with that storyline has to go at Mania. We got enough time to build that between now and then. So, not that I don't want Bianca and Rhea. I think that'd be a great match, and I'm all for it. But if it happens, but I like Alexa in there too. Why not give her the push? I'd be there for Alexa and Rhea.
Even though they're on different brands, that's why I don't see.
But it's Mania, so it doesn't really matter. You win the match and then just go towards Mania.
I see Alexa and Roxanne doing something.
Alexa and Roxanne doing something for Mania.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roxanne's going to be on Raw.
When does the brand matter?
Yeah, it's Mania. And what happened from last night, her giving to Sister Abigail. I just see something from that.
I'd be okay with that. All right. Last match, men's chamber.
All right, where do we want to start?
If it ain't Cena, I don't know where it's going.
When does Io and Rhea?
Tonight.
This is it. These are the only 4 matches.
So that
Io and Rhea were on this card. They were on the card. They're not doing Io and Rhea no more.
I didn't see anything for that.
The Raw after
they bumped Io and Rhea for the Rock.
Rock comes in and change everything.
Yeah,
I thought so. Yeah, Taquan said Io and Rhea is on the Raw.
Damn.
Are you serious? Dwayne had them bumped.
Mush. They were always on Raw. Okay.
Yeah, they're not listed.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a 4-card show. Well, 5 with Dwayne. You want to get into that first?
This match has the most implications as far as the Mania card itself and where we're actually gonna go and get to. Rumor, Logan and Cena at Mania was rumored out there. Logan played up into that last night.
Mm-hmm.
Punk, Rollins, Roman is gonna, supposedly be triple threat match at Mania. Priest and McIntyre was supposedly a match at Mania. So you got a lot of different rumored to be matches at Mania in this card itself. However, because plans changed and Dwayne came in, everything that I saw this morning led me to believe that Drew McIntyre is selling his soul and winning the chamber tonight.
He's going to be the Rock champion.
He's going to be the Rock's champion.
So he's the chosen one again.
Yes. But he's Dwayne's chosen one, not Vince's chosen one.
Is there a difference?
Look, to me, the story that needs to happen, and I've been saying this, and you don't discount the promo after the freaking Rumble that John Cena cut. If you're not doing Cena and Cody except for 17 at Mania, okay. But we booked last week based off of what I'm not giving him credit on the show again 2 weeks in a row, but the whole CM Punk cashing in his favor and, winning the title at Mania, even though Cena wins the Chamber and you get the 3-way and Punk beats Cody, like, okay, I can see that too. I honestly, I'm going to stick with Cena because that was my guns from the beginning, so I'm not going to waver off that pick, but based off of what they've done the last 2 weeks, Drew, to me, would be the guy to be slotted to win and sell his soul.
I think I donated all my jorts, but the Cena man.
The thing
You
that
got
doesn't
a
make sense
Cena
to me.
wristband on is crazy right now. Hey, you got both of them on?
I'm too small to put the headband on the arm. I'm too.
I'm too small. That's not the first time you said that.
Damn.
Give me Cena. I'm sticking with Cena.
So Drew's whole feud with the Bloodline, does that just go away if he sides with The Rock? Like, kind of changes everything, doesn't it?
Drew would have more power than Roman. Roman would work for Drew.
And how do you destroy the bloodline? From
Okay.
within.
Is that who you got, Donald?
No, I got Cena.
Okay.
If it ain't Cena, I ain't watching it anymore. No. Just like Steve said, you can't discount what he said after
No.
Rumble. I mean, that was too powerful of a promo. And who want to see 17? I mean, there's only one champ greater than 17. That's vacant, but.
I mean, technically, there's more than 17.
Yeah, there is.
So he can get 17 if he wants it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going with Cena. I think the story is a perfect Mania story. So why would you ruin that? But it's Dwayne, so
It's a toss-up.
again, card subject to change.
Did you guys see what Roman plays into this? Even though we're thinking a triple threat between Rollins and Punk, but that could change.
Yeah.
There's still that variable out there since we haven't seen him since Rumble.
Unless you're running just Seth versus Roman at Mania, based on the 2 curb stomps that Seth hit Roman with. But typically, you got to pay attention to who eliminates who in the Rumble because that tends to set up Mania matches. And we had Priest eliminate Drew, and then we had Punk eliminate Seth and Roman. So, if you're going old school logic booking, then yeah, but
Dwayne didn't book that.
When that segment started last night, Drew came out and then Priest came out after that. I thought, this is going to set up their Mania match, and then whenever everybody else fucking came out,
I think I'm over that feud. I don't want to see Priest and Drew.
It does deserve another match, but not Mania. It's more like it's more like a roadblock.
Priest can go back to the mid-card title.
Yeah, for where his stock was, it's taking a hit on SmackDown, I think.
Well, he needs to stop using the damn hair straightener that he did. That boy's his wig was pressed firmer than any chicks I've ever seen.
That's the problem. That's his problem. All right, so let's get into the Rock segment.
And to be truthful, Jacob Fatu should be in the chamber match, and he should win everything.
All right, I did like how LA took him out of that match last night on SmackDown.
Rumor is that they're not running Solo versus Jacob at Mania either now.
Well, that would surprise me after last night too.
The SmackDown after Mania.
We got 2 nights, but we don't have enough time.
Yeah. Nothing.
Look, there's only going to be so much time that you can put off having Jacob Fatu be the guy.
Yes.
He's already over with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like he took off the Scully last night and the crowd popped. Like who takes off a Scully and gets a pop? Jacob Fatu does. Okay.
Yeah, whenever you pin Andrade, hey, the fans pop for that.
He kills it in the ring. He kills it on the mic. He's like, if obviously you're not going to put him in the main event picture this year for reasons, but my man's winning the Rumble next year in main event and Mania. I'm going to call that shot right now.
You got a year build here. Take advantage of it. Don't hot shot it. Enjoy
and for those of you that saying Cena's going to lose tonight and win Money in the Bank, Cena's afraid of heights. Okay, my man does not like climbing up on ladders. Okay, if you go watch the documentary with him and Edge talking about their freaking ladder match and the like.
Oh, you gotta do
Cena's not getting up. Cena's not climbing a 20-foot ladder to rip down a belt at age 50. He's not doing it.
No.
If Cena didn't win a Money in the Bank match before, I could say to Donald's logic, resume check, I could see them doing it, but not now. There's no point. He's never been King of the Ring, though.
Yeah. He climbed that ladder for Money in the Bank and won that, but there was a ref holding the ladder for it.
And if you do have Cena winning the Chamber, I talked about this last week with Cody selling his soul to Dwayne. Like that just adds into the story for Cena and Cody. Cena being the guy that Cody wants to eclipse. He sells his soul to The Rock to do it.
How about
Dwayne kills two birds with one stone in that instance. He takes out Cody and he also gets to take out Cena.
And if he could, he'll take out Stone Cold too. All of his rivals.
He's about to be the new man with the shovel.
The title of today's episode almost became Papa Rhodes to Jason's Mama Rhodes last year whenever Dwayne started talking about Dusty last night. Like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like driving the trucks on the dusty roads. And is that truck going to show up tonight?
I thought I would have more anticipation and more excitement for this card tonight. But the way that it's been built up and just the nature at which things have dragged on since Rumble, like I kind of just want to skip this and get on the road to WrestleMania.
Doesn't it feel like it's been longer than a month? I mean, it's a month to the day.
Yeah, it has. And knowing that we still have 2 months to go until Mania makes it seem even longer.
I'm in it for the sake of it being a chamber match. That's about it.
The only excitement I have, and I mean, Sammy and KO are my potential match of the night here. So
yeah, no, that's match of the night. They're going to steal the show.
That's where my excitement is. And the chamber matches are always fun, so I'm doing it. But even though the segments have been kind of shitty, at least the unknown coming out of the Dwayne and Cody segment has me somewhat interested. Kind of like what Don was saying, that people are talking about it.
Has the chamber match being the de facto, you lose the Rumble chamber match winner to fight the other champion, has it run its course? Has it jumped the shark? Like, how many years now in a row have they done this where it's just like, okay, winning the Rumble does not mean that's your only road to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Like, so essentially, it's like you're doing two gimmick matches to book your champions at Mania.
It's like Hell in a Cell. You don't need it to be a standalone event. Just book it whenever it makes sense to book it.
Like, I'm just over it being the automatic, okay, we have our Rumble winner, so now we're going to have our chamber winner face the champion as well.
And I swear it's been like 20 years of this now.
Like, legitimately, go back. Like, I was thinking about that this morning. I'm like, how many years now have they run this playbook, this gimmick where
it's a while?
So basically,
like, we can't come up with any other way to get the other champions booked other than doing the chamber match.
So basically, you have Rumble winner gets a title shot. Chamber winner, title shot. King of the Ring, title shot. And Money in the
Money in the Bank.
Whenever you want.
Yeah.
So you have 4 chances out of a year to get your title shot.
I'll just run 2 Rumbles.
Don't do that again. We don't need that again. We don't need the greatest Rumble again.
It is a
Well,
lot.
there's 3 pay-per-views in Saudi this year, so I'm sure one of those will lead to an automatic title shot.
Next year. 1 this year,
next
3 next year. Yeah. Because they got the Rumble next year and then 2 Saudi events.
Yeah, I think it ran its course. Because there's too many other opportunities.
Agreed.
Just for that other champion, just let a story play out.
And it's like you're always going for the secondary title.
Because the Rumble winner is the main one you're looking at.
Look at Taekwon coming in with the facts on this show. Look at this guy. Started in 2008. Jeez, oh man.
Going on 20.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, it is. Change it up. If
But
this is
like
a new
the
era,
Chamber-
change it up.
Yeah. But there's only a couple like Chamber wins that you can point to that were like actually led to an exciting build to Mania for a championship match. Like Kofi Mania. Kofi winning the Chamber and going on that run was like, okay, but that was unexpected. He wasn't supposed to win that. The only reason why he won it is because Mustafa Ali got hurt.
Yeah.
But there's not many other Chamber wins where I was like, oh, look at this now. Look out.
Yeah, I don't remember any.
I mean, there's no wild card in here unless you plan on pushing Logan Paul.
There's more wild cards on the women's side.
Yeah.
So, like I said, you're gonna go shock and awe with Jay winning the Rumble, and give me Roxanne in the Chamber tonight.
That's more interest in the women is across the board. Anything else you guys want to see happen tonight?
Tonight specifically,
Nothing else.
I don't know. Like I really hope they don't fucking end the show with Rock and Cody. And the more I sit here, the more I say, the more I know.
It probably will.
Like it should have played out longer. Like, okay, you make
2 weeks.
decision.
A week. It was a week.
You didn't even entice him. You gave him a car in the dressing room. This
Oh,
week.
Taekwon, I don't need your damn facts getting in the way of a good story now. Fucking CNN News here in the comments. Don't fact check me.
Sound like someone over there.
Remember, we don't do that no more.
Look,
Says the man that brought up January 6th.
no, DJ, we're not changing the terms of the agreement now. You get 2 minutes flat, okay? 2 minutes flat. Sometimes that's what I tell my wife. You got 2 minutes flat, and that's it. That's all you're getting. Look, if we're gonna end the show with Rock and Cody, then run the men's chamber match first. Because if you run the men's chamber match first and Drew wins, I know Drew sold his soul. And he's coming out to lay out Cody at the end of the night and stand next to Rock. And then you get the WWE graphic, Paul Levesque, executive producer, and you fade to black.
My only thought was when they did the little locker room segment and it was him and Truth, was just that ongoing storyline between them two. I was like, if you want to turn Cody heel, start with Truth. Cody wants that ultimate payback. Start with Truth.
You want
You
to know
got a Truth job it out. Just get beat Truth up.
You want to know a twist that you wouldn't see coming? Who's above the final boss? The higher power.
Everybody's returning tonight. Fuck.
You hear that music? No chance.
That place would probably erupt too.
Said you want shock and all.
Mhm. Mhm. So we're talking about souls. All right. Before we wrap things up, any final thoughts for the week?
I do have there was a slew of quick hitters that came out this week here. Pull up my list. Not that anybody, may care, may not care, but Stephanie McMahon is set to launch a podcast sometime this spring, which will be talking about her life experiences in wrestling and featuring various guests. So if you
know what the show's supposed to be about?
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta switch over here. All right. Maple Leaf Pro announced their first official match for their event that's happening on March 14th and 15th in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. It will be the NWA heavyweight champion Tom Lattimore against the Nomad Bishop Dyer, aka Baron Corbin.
Nope.
Don Callis and Mauro Ronaldo are going to be on the card, calling it as well.
I'm all for that.
He's the Rock champion.
Yeah,
Baron Corbin.
I'm gonna get Chris a Bishop Dyer shirt.
1000% Chris is getting a Bishop Dyer shirt. With today being March 1st, Max uploaded a bunch of AEW content from their old catalog. So we got some pay-per-views and TV episodes on there. So Revolution 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024 have all been added. Dynasty 2024, Double or Nothing 2024, and then AEW Dynamites from January 2020 to March 2020 have all been uploaded onto Max now. So more content getting uploaded there. Evolve, as we know, is going to be live on Tubi on Wednesday night. They announced the commentating duo for that show. It is going to be Robert Stone
and Corey Graves
and Peter Rosenberg.
Oh,
interesting.
Okay.
So Stone and Rosenberg on the call for Evolve. We'll see what happens there.
I thought Borash was going to get more time.
Stone just got.
I would have put Borash on Evolve, but a lot of news has been breaking with rumors about AEW wrestlers' contracts expiring, and a long list is set to go off here over the next month or so. So you'll start to see names, but one of the names that came out this week was Layla Hirsch. So legit, Layla Hirsch's AEW contract expired this week, and she was not renewed. Give her a Japan run and let her go to Stardom, because I will definitely tune into those matches. Joe Hendry was on an official press run this week. My man was at hockey games, everything else. He was on the Breakfast Club. Joe Hendry on the Breakfast Club this week. So kudos. That WWE TNA relationship has done so much more for TNA than AEW and WWE, as with the fact that Joe Hendry was on the Breakfast Club.
Might have to go back and listen to that.
Yeah. What else? Ezekiel Jackson is attempting to make a comeback.
No.
Anybody interested in that in 2025?
He's going to
That's
defend
been relevant since 2010.
He's going to defend his ECW title.
Let's see here. There is a wrestling event to benefit Chris Bay coming up that has talents from all promotions, and Karrion Kross got the green light to go ahead and participate on that card, so he will be one of the participants there. And then this is popped me from Kevin Owens being as great as Kevin Owens has been. So a lot of it has been made with, new WWE trading cards coming out, and they did a bunch with wrestlers pulling cards, on the pre-shows and everything else. And The Miz pulling a signed autograph. Rock was like the big scuttlebutt this week in the trade carding news, but Kevin Owens signed his cards and the 4 signatures, they all have his name, but he also wrote something on each card. First card, he wrote, "I once ate soup." Second card, "The bloodline aren't really related." I like several Shakira songs. And then the last one, Sami Zayn is vegan. So I'm hoping to buy some trading cards and pull one of those.
Them things were going for $60 a box. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pass on this one.
Jeez.
Ooh.
I remember back when we were growing up in trading cards, like that was big back then with football, basketball, and baseball, right?
Mm-hmm.
They used to be like 25 a box.
I still have my cards in binders and everything else from whenever I was a kid trying to cash in on some of these rookie cards that I got hopefully one day soon.
I was surprised they went to Topps for enrollment. Topps was just trash. It was like the ultimate, card site, but like the worth was just nothing.
Yeah, so we'll see. But I popped at some of those. Those were Kevin Owens being Kevin Owens.
DJ with the jokes.
Yeah, he does.
Man.
This guy slaughtered for 2 minutes, but he's going to get bumped down to 45 seconds.
Cut for time, just like Rhea.
And you.
Anything else?
I'm going to come in with my corporate power. 2 minutes don't work for me, brother. I'm pulling the Hogan card.
Jason's hosting next week. He might give him 5.
Yeah, Jason may just let him host the show next week since he likes that whenever people do his homework for him. He's like, "Oh, I don't got to talk. I just got to sit here and press buttons." Yeah,
Jason just come in with the Gucci vest.
You got to come out. You got to press buttons.
Yeah. So if Cena does not win, I owe DJ a 2-minute slot on this show. I forget what me and Squeeze bet, but I'm sure he'll remind me as soon as Cena loses. So
he's got kids. He already logged off.
Yeah, but we'll see.
All right,
Cena
guys.
Gotta win.
Yeah, we'll see. 6 more hours. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning to episode 228 of the Dumb Marks Podcast. Give us a follow on all social media at Dumb Marks Pod. Head over to Spotify. Give the show a follow and a listen. Head over to prowrestlingtees.com/dumbmarkspod. Get the merch and email questions, comments, criticisms, whatever, dumbmarkspod@gmail.com. And if we don't have anything else, I'll end it with the quote of the week. It's a wrestling quote, but I kind of figure it's fitting for the times and for tonight. Just keep fighting. So we'll see you next week.